For longer than anyone who grew up on the Dukes of Hazzard can remember, the headquarters of Hemmings Motor News has been the Wonka chocolate factory of collector cars. I mean, everyone loves it, but nobody is really sure how to get there. Is it in Maine? New Jersey, maybe? How about Canada? We've even heard that it's just a post office box and it's run out of the basement of some guy named Hemmings. Well, look, we're here to not only set the record straight, but to spend one perfect day at our home in Bennington, Vermont, the real deal Holyfield, home base of Hemmings. If you're going to make a trip to Vermont, remember two things. One, get here before the official leaf peeper season starts when the leaves turn in the fall. And two, not after the Hemmings Cruise-In season ends. So we got into town for the last cruise-in of 2023 to meet up with our own Hemmings garage head mechanic, Junior Nevison. Junior promised us a ride to downtown Main Street for the show in our 1929 Ford AA popcorn truck, but it needed some work before the onboard butter squirter got heated up.
I'm curious, what is top speed on this thing? Have you ever gotten to top speed?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
It's about as aerodynamic as a bookshelf, right?
With all of maybe 40 horsepower, yeah, you don't go fast in this. No. This is just get there, make the popcorn, get back.
Well, here he is. Oh, here's Glenn.
Look, anytime you make a trip to a charming small town like Bennington, it's best to hook up with a local who knows where all the vintage tin is buried and the best cup of coffee gets served. And if it's in Bennington, that local guy just goes by Glenn from Vermont, or C10 Glenn.
We're going to take this popcorn machine down to the car show this afternoon. So we got to make sure that we're back here in time so that we don't miss the ride in the popcorn truck down to the car show. But I heard you want to go pick up some stuff today.
Yeah, I got to make a run. I got a few yards to hit. I'm trying to get some parts for the 67. And we've got...
Are you going to take us to that yard that I've always heard about? You've been talking about this thing for years.
Yeah, today's your day, man.
All right.
We'll get back. We got some music tonight, and let's roll.
Dude, let's get out of here. All right, Junior, we'll talk to you later.
Yep.
Okay, all right, let's go. You're not going to let me drive?
No.
They always say next time. There's never a next time. It's always like that sign at the bar that says free beer tomorrow, and that sign's permanent. So Glenn, even though like Hemmings is based here, but how much car culture is here? Like, is it weird that Hemmings is here in the middle of Vermont, or is there like a car scene? You're a car guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know why. Literally, I was like subscribed to CarCraft at 8 years old in the 70s, or whenever it started, all those magazines.
Because people don't usually think of New England, and especially Vermont, for cars. They think skiing, or they think, I don't know, maple syrup, right?
Yeah, Birkenstocks, fish, and maple syrup.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little more here than that.
So you grew up here, man. So what's Hemmings all about, and what does it mean to the town here?
I mean, it's a big part of Bennington. It's as a car guy, and nothing really being here, anytime you get on the phone to order parts or looking for stuff, you'd have to give them your address, and it would be Bennington, Vermont. What's that? Where's that? And I'm like, have you ever heard of Hemmings Motor News? And dude, literally 2 octaves. Yeah. Oh God, yeah. I mean, the car Bible. And he would be like, yeah, that one.
Then you became a hero.
And then all of a sudden, your next phone call, you were Glenn from Vermont.
When you plan to go junking for the day, you got to kick it off right. And the Blue Bend Diner is everything you want in a New England breakfast. It's not just the cup of coffee or maple syrup donut. No, it's the local scene every morning wrapped up in a Silk City diner car that was moved to this spot in 1948.
This place looks authentic.
Yeah, it's been here forever.
It looks like it's been here forever. Like, you can tell when like the top of the Formica is like worn away.
Broke in.
It's broke in, right? Like, people pay a lot of money to look like this. And this seems like the real thing.
This was on like top 10 diners in the country at one point. I don't know where it sits right now, but yeah, no, it's people come to town and like it's on their list of things to do.
Okay, so are these guys expecting us out there when we go, or do you just randomly show up?
It's a coin toss.
Really?
I've been told I'm not a very good communicator.
I know you got a project that you need this hood for that we're going out to get, but what is the project? What are you working on?
It's a 67 C50, 60. It's a big truck. Class 4 is what they would call it. and it's going to be for the distillery, and it's going to be our whiskey hauler. It's going to, there'll be a trailer. I'm going to do a fifth wheel, real tandems. I don't know.
And you don't have a hood for it?
Well, I do have a hood, but on some of the bigger, fancier trucks, they had the 427s in the big block. They had hood louvers and engine badges. It's style points.
It's a style thing, which I get. Like you go to great lengths for style. Because that's what we do.
Hyper focus on stupid details like 3 other people are ever going to look at. Like,
right. Like only 3, but those 3 matter.
But yeah, those 3 matter.
Yeah. Ooh.
At the Blue Bend, you're getting corned beef hash and eggs, or you're getting the California omelet. Now look, in New England, avocados are an exotic fruit imported from California. So if you get eggs with avocado, they're going to be called a California something or other, and there's going to be a side of black beans. There ain't a bad decision on the Blue Bend menu, so order with confidence, and if you didn't show up with Glenn, hang out at the breakfast counter long enough and he will show up.
How much land do you have here?
I'm on 14 acres.
Just like any self-respecting car nut, a good breakfast is fuel for a day of hunting down parts for that next hot rod project. And when you visit Bennington, sooner or later you'll end up in Glen Sauer's hot rod shop up on the side of one of Vermont's famous Green Mountains, figuring out what the next treasure hunt's going to look like.
It looks great.
But yeah, come on and check things out.
All right, so tell me what's going on with this thing. I mean, I can see a bunch of stuff happening, but what is this?
This is going to be our whiskey hauler for our distillery. I'm trying to do something that hasn't been really executed the way I want. It's going to be a real truck. It's literally going to be a 25,900 pound GVW working operating truck. Parts wise, 03 to 09 Kodiak, brakes, suspension, air ride. It'll actually, when it'll drop air out, it'll air out another 2 inches down. I've got a big power compound turbo, Cummins going in it, a big Allison. We've got some Meritor.
There's a river of car culture running right below the surface in Bennington's very, very old streets.
And fuel tank and stuff in here.
And a shop like this, perched up on the hill above town, is the spring that you will drink from. You'll see things here that you think you might have seen on TV or at a car show somewhere else in the country, and you'd probably be right.
The military was nice enough to put an air power divider in it years ago. And the frame's all done in CAD right now for mock-up. The 2x6s.
So you're not going to use the 2x6s?
The 2x6s are going to go. But that's
pretty vintage.
Yeah, no, this is Vermont, but there's also a line. I'm going to put a fifth wheel on the back here. Originally, I was going to do a car hauler.
So it's not a flatbed. It's going to be a fifth wheel, and you're going to pull a trailer.
But I think with a fifth wheel on it, I'm going to do like a Holland aluminum fifth wheel, and then I've got whatever I want, and I'll put a spindle or a receiver on the back, and I just pull a car trailer, so be it. I mean, look at this thing. It
looks killer.
It's going to be okay.
It's going to be fun.
It's perfectly makes no sense. So
C10 Glen.
Yeah.
I mean, you could make a name out of that for yourself, dude. You own that. You already own it. And you're what, like 17th generation Vermont Green Mountain boys? Is that what it is?
9th generation on this piece of land, 1791.
Are most people in Vermont like that? I mean, are most people in town 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd
there's
generation?
A handful, a lot of transplants, though.
Really?
But it is what it is. It's beautiful here. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
We could hang out at this hidden hot rod shop all day, but we've got vintage tin to hunt down, and hey, this is Vermont after all. Every parts run is an adventure, and nothing is just right down the street. Bennington is the first town in Vermont, so it's seen some things. You think your suburban mid-century rancher is old? No, man. An old house in Bennington is one that was built in the 1700s, like before the Revolutionary War. But look, we're hot rodders, so we'll stick to what we know, old cars. And for a history lesson on old cars in this area, we'll stop at Bruce Carman's place on the way out of town.
I mean, this is a time capsule for old Ford stuff. I can't describe it. You're going to just have to come in with me and see. I'm sure he'll be at the Cruise-In later.
It looks like a bunch of garages.
It is. I understand the concept of living in a garage. This will be better for you. It's all Ford. Hey, Bruce.
I thought that was you guys coming up the hill. I heard the rods knocking.
Yeah, come on.
Bruce is not only the local hot rodder, but he's a walking history channel for dirt track racing in the Northeast. And he's got the photos, cars, and trophies to prove it.
This is heaven on earth, isn't it? I don't think anyone would have realized that the Northeast and New England is a mecca for hot rods, but here we are.
Oh yeah, there's a pile of, well, not up in here. There ain't much around here. You go down to Massachusetts or just south.
Really? But you kind of have to know where these things are, right?
Yeah.
Okay, like they're hidden away in barns and garages, is that
That
right?
one there I found was sitting beside. I was after that car for about a year or so. All them other cars I built, none of this was here. This was all rotted out.
This all rusts away, right?
Yeah, I had to make this in all my cars. The inside
Hatch
the fenders and all this. And this is the nicest car I've ever seen. The new back panel goes in there. And I got it marked out where I French them. I French everything. Headlights, taillight, everything.
That's your thing.
Yeah. I
like it.
Anybody can screw a license plate to the back of a panel, right?
But Frenching a panel in,
Yeah.
that's different.
It makes it look like you did something.
Yeah. So I see you're already chopping this one.
Yeah, it's all chopped. I just got a tack here.
So what's the plan for it? What motor is it going to get?
Got a small block Chevy.
So I can already see that you've got like, there's a Bruce style.
Everybody knows my cars because they all got them sprint car type headers that I make.
Can we see them?
Yeah, they're right here.
I see the sprint car headers you're talking about.
See, I have them on all my cars.
Yeah.
See, I French this, and then I do something with the taillights.
Do you ever sell one of these or do you keep them all?
No, I'm never selling them. Well, I sold a car a couple of years ago because I needed room to put another car in that I had.
The 36,
35, yeah.
35, the red one.
What's the story with Old Blue?
Well, I drive this every day.
This is your daily?
Yeah. It's a 48 Ford coupe. I got a small block Chevy in it with the independent suspension.
So if it's not snowing, you're driving this.
Yeah. That's great. It's all I can afford to drive is a 50-year-old car. That's what I tell them.
Most people would kill to drive one of these every day.
I'll take you over and show you some of the other stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. Perfect. Cool. Wow. Holy smokes. This one and this one, you race both of these?
Yep. That's a dirt car, and this is a blacktop car.
I can see by the tires. What's in these? Are these
Focuses, Ford Focuses.
really?
Ugh.
Oh my gosh. So Bruce, how long have you been racing?
Well, I started fooling with it when I quit school to go to work in a garage when I was 16, and they had a stock car there. Of course, that was enough to get me going.
Yeah.
So I helped them with the race car for quite a few years. And then I went in the Army and got out of the Army, and then I built a stock car, and I got racing that myself. I always liked the midgets, so I went on to midgets.
And where were these? Was this all state line?
No, live in the valley.
Really?
Live in the valley in Fairhaven.
Okay.
And that one there, and then two down, them two uppers there are Lakeville, Mass, Cape Cod.
So, we appreciate you showing us around today.
Yep.
This is great. And I hear you're going to be bringing one of the cars down to the car show tonight?
Yeah.
Which one are you bringing?
Old Blue.
Oh, great.
Thanks, Bruce, for letting us come over and
Yeah.
checking things out.
Anytime, you guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you very
You've been
much.
up here before.
I have been. Now, next time I'm showing up here, you better check my pockets on the way out.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Bruce.
All right, Bruce, we'll see you over there tonight.
Yep.
Okay. Hear how long it took for that to start?
I've got nothing.
Sadly, the old junkyard is quickly becoming a thing of myth and mystery. But over the state line from Bennington, in upstate New York, there's a field of dreams just waiting to be picked by the lucky ones who either already know its owner, Bob, or at least know somebody who knows Bob. Because, that's the way this world works, after all. Junior got done messing with the popcorn truck, so before we left town, we picked him up and brought him along on our vision quest.
So, good news, bad news. We're at the Field of Dreams.
The Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams. I mean, look at it, come on.
This is great.
But bad news, Bob's not here. Bob had to go do physical therapy, but back to good news, it's the honor system.
Man, you don't see that anywhere.
No, but it's like you shake hands with people. It still
Yeah,
means something.
right.
And it's just, we got rain and stuff.
So he's going to let us walk around?
Yeah, it'll be cool. And if we see
right.
something we need, if we grab it, we take a picture, I send it to him.
Right.
But no, I mean, it's just a crazy collection. It's awesome.
And I bet you he has it all Rolodexed in his head. He knows where every part is.
Let's walk down this way.
Where do you want to start?
I mean, I want to head towards the fords. You see where I'm
Towards
going with this,
Beauty?
right?
Yeah.
You see where I'm going with this.
My buddy Jerry Brown down in Texas at the truck shop, from years ago. Always says, Glenn, get a good grill, build a truck behind it.
You find something you need?
Yeah, no, I'm looking for some gauge cluster stuff. And like I said, we get into the big truck section. I gotta check out some running boards. Wait a minute, are those NOS 67, 68 grill rings? Yeah, it says 67, 68. So this is all 67, 68, but it's... Oh, no, it's coming first. Another day.
I like how everything's got the paint sticker written on it.
This didn't happen by accident. You know what I mean? This was Bob's baby.
Vega wagon.
Vega wagon, Packard,
Wow.
4-door Nova. When was the last time you saw one?
Right here.
About 30 seconds ago. You know the nice part about yards like this, guys, is if you're looking for trim, all the stainless is here and it's good.
Isn't it something? There was a day we'd just throw all this away, and now
Yeah.
people are rebuilding this and putting them back on the road.
Yeah.
Hey, square body guys,
Yeah.
there's your next project. These parts here, you know, you cut your round off, you splice these two, your B-pillar right here, your door panels, any of that inner structure over there, and it's a head start. And unfortunately, this is what we have back east. That's you know, anyone else would walk by it anywhere else in the country, but that's a head start for us.
Is that an Opal as well? Like a later, what is this thing?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
right?
Yep. That's an Opal wagon.
God, that's
your
not
Dodge
bad. That's
fix.
not in bad shape. I mean, you know, that's
Vent
a
side.
great hood. Look,
Ooh. Yeah.
I need these cowls. Oh, straight 6.
right next to a bump side.
Right next to a bump side. That's right. Oh, dude, and this is a king cab or a super cab as well.
The rack's worth more than...
This, oh, come on now. That's just mean. That's just being mean.
Playful.
God, you guys, this place is absolutely incredible. Like, where else are you going to see this many Opals, right?
I've never seen this many.
There's like
Opals.
4 GTs over there, stuff you've never seen. Mark Twain may or may not have said that, you know, golf is a good walk spoiled. You definitely need that.
Sadly, I've
But it was most definitely anyone who came away empty-handed from Bob's immaculately organized field of dreams who said that a day of strolling and junking could never be ruined. Did you find what you're looking
No.
for?
A little bit of a bust.
Now what are we going to, out of everything here,
Tell me you had a bad time.
it was a great time.
Okay.
So now what?
Well, we've got to go to another yard.
We got to go to another yard.
We got to put a pile of miles on, and we still got a big day in front of us.
Okay, so we got another hood to look for. You didn't
Yeah.
find it here.
Yeah, I
Strangely enough,
we found everything but.
right. I mean, we found a couple Opals we want to take with us, but
That's all
no
you get.
hood.
No.
All right, let's keep looking.
Focused.
Do you have one more place we want to go?
Yeah, we're gonna go out to Cobusco. We're going out to Dennis's.
And we still have a cruise-in to get to tonight. Are we going to make it back in time?
We'll make it. We'll be
You
okay.
sure about that?
Yeah, we have to.
Wait, are we on Glen time or are we on Eastern Standard Time?
How do you know that's even a term?
I kind of made it up, but I feel like, you know.
Come on up and give me a hand for an hour. Times 3. Good intentions. We'll be fine.
Yeah, okay, I trust you.
All right.
Now, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And if you're a Chevy nerd, there's yet another hill over in a town called Cobleskill, New York. You're going to need 3 things to go find: a packed lunch, a local guide, and some dickerin' cash.
First time I came out here, I was 15 years old and had to get a ride from my grandfather.
Check this place out. Glenn wasn't lying. He said that this would be absolutely amazing.
You haven't seen enough to be amazed yet.
Hey, Dan.
How you doing,
Dan,
Dennis?
Nice to meet you, Dennis.
Junior,
How you doing, Glenn?
you know me.
Nice to meet you, Dennis. You too.
That was
Hi.
just a formality
How
to
you
do
doing?
him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come out to get a hood. Can I show these guys? You want to show these guys around? Show them some of the stuff you got?
Sure.
I told you anything 60s, 70s.
Don't lose sight of us, because I won't find my way back out on my own.
There's like 15, 16 trailers. What if we look in maybe 3 of them and then move on?
Yeah.
Watch out for snakes and coons.
I don't do snakes.
Says a guy in flip-flops.
This is largely a Chevelle trailer.
I'm going in. I need a refresher course.
I'm right behind you.
I'll follow you guys.
The milk crates are divided by year.
Okay.
or a group of years.
Don't let Glenn get distracted. Is that what we were saying?
Yeah, I forgot all about the Chevelle. This is like, duh. Yeah. Oh, wow. I need some green. Yeah, like look at everything right here. It's fucking all the horn buttons. Yeah, like I wasn't
Look, there's not one horn button. There's 19 horn buttons.
rear view mirrors, washer things. I mean,
Brake
everything
lines,
is-
more seatbelts, heater
The
grills.
rear, armrests for the rear.
We need some plastic heater grills.
Look at the grill. Where's it looking?
Yeah.
God.
Still in the wrapper?
Yeah, that's
An A wrapper.
later one.
Oh, it's an SS grill too.
Yeah.
70? 70?
I don't even know.
Door handles.
So happy right now.
Oh my goodness.
All the stuff that you break or lose, it's all here.
And it's laid out.
Yeah, Dennis, when did you start collecting all this stuff?
I had 2 SS Chevelles before I was old enough to drive, and my grandparents here had a small junkyard, so even at 14 years old, I was already starting to bring stuff in here. And I'm 66 now.
So when you were 14, how much stuff was here already?
Actually, my grandfather was into Fords, so there
Wait,
was
there's no Ford stuff left around here.
junked it all.
Spoken like a true Chevy guy.
Had to make room for good stuff.
Oh God, see, here we go.
I sold my 68 SS that was on the edge of the driveway, Glen there. I still got the 69 SS, it's a numbers matching car.
I forgot what I carried out of here with you last.
Watch your step in there, but there's,
When I did my 72 Blazer and I did the big block swap in that K5, this was Dennis. I mean, you supplied me with everything to make that look like GM did it.
bet you wish you still had that truck.
Let's not talk about it.
What do you think that'd be worth now, Glenn?
Let's
Glenn.
I'm still upset with the 2 drunk Texans at the auction that took a $30,000 Blazer and bought it for 2 1/4.
Don't forget to look up, too.
Oh yeah, look at the
yeah.
consoles above your head.
5 years ago or so, I still knew where everything was. Now I come out here and it's like a treasure hunt.
You're like, huh, look at that.
Oh, I owned one of those.
Oh, I didn't know I had that.
Oh, man. Hey, vintage Summit timing cover.
Oh, look at that.
It's grown in right now, but there's so much stuff. Straight ahead, the red truck with the hood on.
All right, is this the hood we're getting?
Yeah, that's it. So, notice on this hood, see the 427
Yeah.
badges and the vents?
Oh, those are cool.
My hood doesn't have that. But
And you need that.
yeah, but like I said, we're gonna redo these badges. We're just gonna digitally scan them and redo that, you know, a 3D model, and I'll whittle those out, and they'll say like 6BT or
6'7".
6'7". It'll
Yeah.
408 or whatever. What's it?
Hey, you want to see me do a rust repair?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Add 20 bucks.
Grab that button. Nope.
There it goes. There it goes.
So I met a guy in Schenectady area, and he was talking about a red truck he had here. Rocco?
Yeah.
Maybe a plumber?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just sold him some buddy buckets, and your name came up in.
Have
In
you been
passing.
to his place?
Yeah. Yeah, he's done well.
Don't knock that rust repair out of there.
Yeah.
All that hard work. Don't destroy
Quality.
Yeah. If you don't dicker with cash, sometimes a good trade will seal the
Thank
deal
you.
in New England.
You're welcome, Glenn.
Currency.
We've got to get on the road.
Dennis, we got a cruise night to get to, so we got to get out of here.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Hope
Yeah.
you guys come again.
We'll be back.
Thanks, Glenn.
As always.
Close over here. You're good over here. After a hard day at Junkin, it's time for dinner. And before we hit the Hemmings Cruise-In after all. And for that, we'll head to the Village Garage back in Bennington. You can't swing a full set of moose antlers in New England without hitting a brew pub, but Glenn and his friends just indexed the final joist nut on the only distillery in the area.
In the late 1940s, it was an International Harvester dealership.
Now, I also know and have heard that you actually were behind a lot of the features of the bar and the restaurant and everything else, right?
All of it. Just it's period. It was like a dream project. Bruce might be responsible for those table legs right there.
These things here.
Yeah, 35 to 48 Ford.
They look like banjo rear.
They are,
axle tubes.
and they came from Bruce.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I spied a set of custom wheels. Are these 15-inch or 14-inch?
14-inch ETs, 60s vintage. I had a buddy that polishes wheels, and yeah, BMX.
And the dice caps?
That's my BMX Generation X era, shining through. We're proud of people that still work with their hands, and we want to highlight that. Don't be ashamed of that. You should be proud that you can do things with your hands.
The menu changes with the seasons at the Village Garage, but you can never go wrong with their smash burger and house-cut fries. But look, there's always something with maple on the menu from Sugar Bob's Finest Kind in nearby Chester, Vermont. So whether it's a cocktail or the French onion soup, make sure you get some of that in you too.
That is good.
And hang out at the Village Garage long enough and you'll meet the most interesting guy.
Jonathan, Barbara, it's my friend Dan.
Funny who you meet in all the strange places.
You never know how
It's nice to
pleasure
meet you.
You eat here?
I drink here.
Ah, that's better.
Is that better?
It cauterizes everything.
It makes things go down easier.
It's so bad. Both of you. Food's really good. Both of you are so
I've
bad.
heard that. Barbara, we're awful.
Of course you are. You Mennonites are all the same.
Mennonites are all the same. We drink out behind the barn. We don't let our women see it.
There you go.
That's how it works. Yeah. See you guys later. See you.
What's the only way to cap a great dinner in Vermont?
And there's Junior.
A ride on the popcorn truck from Hemmings down to Main Street for the Cruise-In, of course.
Perfect timing, Junior. Now this is the last cruise-in of the season, right?
This is, yep.
Does that mean there's going to be more people there than normal?
Well, with the weather we have, yeah, the last 3 cruise-ins, the weather was iffy, not a big turnout. So this year it's going to be, pretty sure it's going to be full.
Yeah. Junior, you had that much clearance.
Oh yeah, I told you, it was like an inch.
All aboard. Okay, I'm getting in.
What's the most fun at 15 miles per hour you've ever had?
So guess where we are?
Hemmings Cruise-In.
Cruise-In. Okay, let's go take a look. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
So Glenn, I know that we used to do cruise-ins in the parking lot behind the building at Hemmings.
Yeah.
Then this started happening, what, a couple years ago?
Yeah.
All right, so now, we've been spending all day running around, and I know that most people have no idea what your shirt means. So, if you, I know it's one of those if you know, you know. But what is it?
This is a firing order for every Chevrolet V8 engine. Seriously?
I mean, I know that, but a lot of people don't know that.
What are we doing? We're walking right by this
We're
thing?
walking right past this.
Why would we?
I was testing you to see if you would stop.
No. Of course I'm gonna stop.
I mean, I saw it, but I wasn't gonna say anything until you saw it. But look at Old Blue out in its natural habitat.
That car, I don't care what the weather is. Bruce isn't joking. You see it. He drives it.
He drives this thing around.
He drives it.
He's going to the
I got
grocery
nothing
store
but
in it.
respect.
Yeah.
So this is my friend Mark's car. Mark's a training guy just down the road. And hey, Mark.
Mark, Dan.
My buddy Dan's in
Nice to
town.
meet you. Nice
Yeah,
car.
you too. Thanks.
Yeah, very cool.
Mark's heavy in the cougar world.
Oh yeah,
I
actually
see that.
president of the Cougar Club of New England.
There you go.
Not that we do
But then you have to have something
8 of
like
them.
this.
I have 8.
8 of them?
Yeah, 4
You
are
have to have 8
eliminated.
of them.
Yeah.
And 4 eliminators?
Yeah.
Man, even better.
Next year it's planning to go into the Great Race.
You ready to do 15 miles an hour for 10 days?
I'm gonna try. I don't know if the engine will go that slow because it's a 390 stroke to 445. with
That's the
dual
challenge
quads
with the
on it.
Great Race, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be the biggest challenge for me. Hopefully they don't mind spinning tires here and there.
You're going to have to. You just have to blow off some steam every once in a while.
Oh yeah,
And you
absolutely.
can do it in this thing.
Yeah.
That's cool. This is a pretty epic day, man. I
Yeah.
mean, this is the reason that we do this stuff, don't you
This
think?
is why I live here.
I know that's why you are.
You know, I could
See,
go
you always
anywhere.
explained to me how cool of a town it was. I didn't really understand until today.
Yeah,
Right?
it's where we live. It's what we do.
All right, so now we got one last thing to do today. I heard you're throwing a party back at the distillery. Is that true?
Yeah.
Who's playing?
Saints and Liars. My buddy Jed, his buddies, they come down and played a bunch of shows for us. And it's bluegrass. It'll put the icing on the cake today.
We're gonna listen to some music, drink some whiskey. I can't think of a better way to end the day.
No, perfect. But we could go look at that C10 right there.
You and your C10s. Let's
I'm
go take a
sorry.
look at it. All right.
When folks find out that one of the most legendary classic car publishers is located in Vermont, it usually ends in a question mark. But we got news for you, Jack. Hemmings is surrounded by some of the greatest car culture in America, but just like the pilgrims who showed Christopher Columbus where to find the best cider donut, you need a good guide. And if that guide just happens to throw down the best party in town, well, you're in for one perfect day in Bennington, Vermont.